Hi guys. Okay, so today I am going to attempt to do for like the third time, my review of my Coastal Scents Hot Pots. Filmed this video a couple times and at one point it wasn't in focus because I do film on my iPhone, just in case you guys didn't know, and so it's kind of hard to get it focused. Anyway, enough blabbing. I have quite a few of the Coastal Scents shadows. I'm not going to do all of the palettes that I have, but I will mention I have 4 of their 88 palettes. I have the warm, the original, the warm, the metallic, and also, there I'm forgetting one, shimmer. Those 4. They're really good. I use them on shoots all the time. You know, the Coastal Scents shadows in general are quite well pigmented. They are a little bit powdery. They can be, so you have to make sure that you take care to prime properly and, you know, use tapping or patting motions when using them as opposed to fluffing them around, because then you'll get fallout. Recently, last year actually, Black Friday, I bought several shadows and I have them in palettes. I know that Coastal Scents now has the clear top empty palettes that you can fill up, but when I bought these, they didn't have that option. So I think I just might get those because they're so much easier. You can see what you're doing. So I have that one and I have this one. And then of course I also bought one of the small palettes where, you know, I keep my most used MAC shadows. But I digress. So I'll start just the first one that I pick up. This one is almost full, has a mirror. It's almost full, it's only missing one right here. These palettes are actually great because you can see they have a little indentation, so it's really, really easy to just pop a shadow out. And then you can see the name or whatever, and they are magnetized. So I'll go through the colors real quick and their names, and then I will put in a picture of swatches. So this one is, I have a few that are repeats, partly because I bought some for my mom and she didn't use them, so I took them back. But this one is called Kodiak. This is called Rainstorm. And this one is called, let me see, Watermelon? Victorian Ruby. This is Watermelon here. So Watermelon, Victorian Ruby. This one is called Profound Plum. Very similar to Sketch, although a little bit more purple, I think, or a little bit more of a kind of, it's more lilac-y. Sketch is a little bit warmer. This is more cool. This one is called, I want to say Vibrant Azalea Fuchsia. Some of them, this is one of my only pet peeves, some of them only have numbers on the back. I don't know if you can see that. But you can go to the Coastal Scents website and type in the number in the search, and then you'll see the shadow come up with the name. So I know one of these is called Bright Azalea Fuchsia. I believe it's that one. This I think is called Hot Pink. And then this one is MO8. So these 3 I know I don't have actual names for. And I had written the names on the back, but they've kind of rubbed off because these are plastic and they didn't hold the ink. So I'll figure another way of labeling them later. This next one is called, this is called Venetian Gold. This pale green is called Elven Green. And then this one I believe is called Shamrock, or Shamrock Green. Let's see. Oh, this doesn't have a name either, but I believe it's called Shamrock. So those are my bright colors. And then of course, like I said, I've got a couple of repeats here. I'll just swatch 1 or 2 for you. The only ones that are really disappointing are the pinks, because although they swatch nicely, they don't apply nicely. Those ones are the only ones that have disappointed me so far. None of the other ones have, and I will just really quickly swatch a few of the others for you. So this one is Victorian Ruby. This one is Watermelon. Rainstorm is really, really beautiful. It's one of my favorite ones, and I used it recently in a video. Kodiak is just stunning. It's like this brassy, burnished golden weird color. It's beautiful. And then on to my large palette. So again, I have the names in there. These are just like little binder reinforcements, and the majority of them have lasted. One or two have rubbed off, but that's okay. But this is the palette that I use the most often, and you've seen it in several videos, plenty videos. And once again, I have the repeats here. So this one is Rainstorm, this one is Kodiak, and Victorian Ruby, which are the three that I have repeats of. So I'll go through the top row. This is called Vanilla Sky, bright frosty color. This one is called Chamois Nude. This one is called Flesh Tone, shimmery, very similar in color, this one specifically to MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, and I'm going to show you what I mean. When you blend it out, it goes to just a really nice, a really pretty sheen. This is lovely as a face highlight or inner corner highlight. This next one next to it is called Light Apricot. Again, this is a beautiful highlight color because it doesn't have a very chunky shimmer in it. It's a very fine shimmer. Beautiful color. I'm wearing it today as my highlight. This next one is called Petal Peach. Really nice as a transition color. It's also really nice as a blush. Next to it is Caramel Taupe, which is a color I haven't used much, but it's really pretty. It's a very pale, taupey kind of color. And then this one is called Earthen Rose, which is a reddish brown. Underneath that, Elven Gold, which is really pretty. It's kind of creamy, but then it's got a gold kind of light shift. When it shifts in the light, you can see more of the gold. This one is called Dark Goldenrod. This reminds me of Matt's Blue Brown, but with a gold instead. So it's a red base, a reddish brown base, and then it has the golden shimmer in it. Next to that is Green Steel. Really lovely. Green Steel. Aluminum Taupe, which I've also used in videos. Brownstone is a very pretty, very neutral grayish brown color. Beautiful color for the crease. It's also really nice over the eyelid if you want a really neutral eye. Next to that is it's something called Thunderous, which is kind of like a greenish black. Yeah, it's got a green silvery cast to it. And then this one is called Gunpowder, which looks like that. As you can see, the color payoff in these is incredible, absolutely incredible. This one is called Deep Merlot. I showed this in my monthly favorites, as well as this one, which is called Mai Tai. So I won't swatch those again. Go watch the video, link it down there. This is called Light Taupe. Again, Kodiak. Cherry Chocolate, also in my monthly favorites for this month. Deep Roast, this is what I'm wearing all over my eyelids today. And this one is called Chocolate Berry. And then the very last row, like I said, Victorian Ruby, have that one already. This one is called Regalia Purple. It's kind of like a shimmery version of the other matte one that I can't remember the name of right now. Rainstorm, like I said, we have already. And then we've got some beautiful mattes. So this is Edgy Eggplant, which is just stunning. Really beautifully pigmented too. Indigo, which is the one I have on my lower lash line today. I did film this look, just so that you know. And then we've got this one, which I don't know the name of, that's rubbed off, so let's see. Midnight Blue, which is beautiful. So those are the three matte blue purple shades that I have. Really gorgeous. They've, again, pigmented so well. And then the very last one in here is called Incognito, which I also mentioned in my monthly favorites, which is a very dark charcoal gray. You can see it's really not exactly black. these shadows, like I said, they are, color payoff, as you can see, is just incredible. They are super cheap. I bought them on Black Friday, so it was 50% off sale, but I believe that they're like, I want to say $2 US, something like that on the site. They're dirt cheap. They cost nothing. The palettes themselves were also pretty cheap. I believe the big palette was $12, and then this medium one was, I want to say $9, and then I believe the small one was like $6 or something at full price. And I know that the clear ones are also really well priced. So in general, Coastal Scents is known for being a well-priced makeup, very, very cheap. And I think it's taken a rap because it's cheap, and they think that people might think that the quality is not that great. I'm not going to say that every single shadow is a knockout. You know, I've got issues with the pink ones, but they've got something like 70 different eyeshadow shades. There's something there for everybody. And if this track record, you know, ratio wise, if only 3 out of how many ever I haven't even added them all up yet, out of 39 shadows, if there's only 3 of them that I don't like, I think that's really, really good for the price that you're getting. So like I said, some of them are a little bit powdery. They can fall out, so you want to take your time applying them. Apply them with a wet brush. They go on beautifully. Pat them on instead of swiping, and always use some kind of primer or eyeshadow base. Also, you want to be careful. This one specifically stains your lids really, really badly, so you do want to put on a good layer of eyeshadow primer and then an eyeshadow base under it. I would recommend for this specific color, this one, which is called Edgy Eggplant. It stains really bad. It'll stain you pink. As long as you take precautions when you're putting them on, you know, the dark ones are the ones that might stain. And I do believe that they come with a warning saying that they might stain your skin, so just to be aware of that. The nudes and the neutrals are just stunning. The matte eyeshadows apply beautifully for being, I mean, matte eyeshadows are generally more difficult to work with, and they can go very patchy. These ones, as long as you take your time applying them, they go on beautifully. Like I said, I've got deep roast on my upper lids now, and I have got indigo on my bottom lash line, and I think they're just gorgeous. I've been using them constantly. I've used them in many, many videos, and the metallic or shimmery ones are really super reflective. I mean, I'll just do it again. That's my tie, and I'll show you. So this is, I mean, it's really stunning color payoff for something that's so cheap, and I don't think you can go wrong, especially if you're a beginner and you're